Yo, what is up, bro? In today's video, I will be teaching you how to break the cycle of procrastination. Procrastination, it's the bane of our existence. With so many constant urges and constant distractions throughout our entire world, always vying for our attention, we need to have a way to control our own mind. Now the question is, how do we do this? We're living in a world with TikTok, Instagram, Vimeo, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, Pinterest, Discord. So many constant things that we can be doing when there's one thing that we should be doing. And for everyone that's going to be different, but finding out what that one thing is of utmost importance. So how do we do this? Well, the first thing is to cut down on all these distractions. There's so many things that we can be doing when just choosing one is the best choice. So, yes, it's a paradox. How can you choose one when there's so many constantly pulling you away? Well, here's the secret. We need to cut out everything and just start from zero. Start from the basics. Just look at your life, look where you spend all your time, write it all down, literally everything. I spend 10 minutes, for me personally, I spent 10 minutes meditating in the morning recently. I can thank a lot of things for that, and it's been helping me, I feel, as my focus grows and becomes more refined through consistent practice. But another thing is, like, maybe you wake up and instantly watch videos, or maybe you look at and scroll Reddit and go through all that endless scroll to find all the latest Elon Musk news and Dave Chappelle, George Clooney, Jon Stewart, or all these people who don't have any impact on your own life. So first of all, do a self-analysis and be honest with yourself and realize what it is you're spending the time on and how you can change and improve that going forward. Because you're not going to make any impactful change without getting that insight into where you're at right now. So let's say you wake up and I say, okay, I'm awake. And you just lay in bed and grab your phone and instantly pull up Reddit or your email or, TikTok, which would be the worst of the worst, because then you're just instantly frying your brain right away at the first thing of the day. So we say, okay, TikTok, that's one thing. Reddit, that's another. Now, you get that list and you say, okay, all these things are taking my time and my attention. Now what? Well, the next step is, after you're honest with yourself, you say, okay, I know where my time's going. Now you reduce it. And you say, okay, I'm not going to watch TikTok first thing in the morning. I'm not going to view Reddit at all when I wake up. So you replace that habit with something more profound and beneficial. For example, Hamza talks about gratitude journaling, and he didn't invent that, but he is a big proponent of it. He talks about it in his content, saying that gratitude journaling is a good way to start the day. And the reason for that is journaling about the things you're grateful for is a way to initially set your mind in a grateful state from the very first beginning of your day. And that will allow you to continue throughout the rest of your day in a better mental gratitude state. So just first thing in the morning, pull out your piece of paper or your journal and just write down a few things like, I am grateful for my pillow. I am grateful for my feet. I am grateful for my earlobes. All these different things that you never really think about. And it might be different every day for you. It might be the same things. It might be something huge like, I'm grateful for my family, my friends, or my relationships, or maybe it is like as basic as you're grateful for your pinky finger. So there's these different things that are in your life that you never really acknowledge or appreciate, but if you didn't have them, you would miss them. And looking at those things and understanding your appreciation is a great way to start the day. So the next thing would probably be like, okay, you're grateful, you have that written down, and now I say, okay, what's next? Well, definitely if you want to go on your phone, yeah, that's okay, like it's up to you. But you're gonna have to find something in your life that is of utmost importance that you're doing at the first thing. So maybe you're trying to improve your fitness level and become more healthy and get in that really good like mentality and shape to, you know, attack the other areas of your life and build that discipline and that strength from within. And now you can say, okay, I am gonna start the day with 20 push-ups right at the start of my day and some 10-minute meditations. Right there, you're building yourself up to begin the day on a powerful position. So instead of saying, okay, I'm gonna start my day scrolling TikTok and Reddit and Instagram, you can say, okay, I am going to become the version of myself that I know is most powerful, and say, all right, I'm gonna start my day building my focus, creating a space of gratitude within my mind so that I appreciate what's going on in my life and my body. And then you can build your health. And then the next would be a business or some kind of skill that you are honing and getting better at on the daily. So for me, it's been computer science throughout the past years. And I gotta be honest, I'm not the best at these methods, but over time I've gotten better and I've consistently put in work to become more consistent, just how it sounds. I've learned throughout time that the way you start your day is gonna domino into the rest of your day, and you're gonna say, okay, yeah, whatever, I can start my day anyway and it'll be fine. But the truth is, the way you begin your day as a beginner is really important. If you're just starting out trying to build these habits, you probably have all these habits that you're trying to break and say, like, okay, I need to learn all these skills, but where do I start? Now, it's going to be different for everyone, but for me specifically, it had to do with gratitude and meditation, because if I don't do these things, I am basically screwed. Like I got to start out strong. And the reason for this is just due to the fact that at the start of your day, you have the most energy and the most focus out of any other point. And if you start your day off on a note where you're just distracted already at the very first step, it's just inevitable that you're going to continue down that path. And you're going to try to focus, but your brain is already pulling yourself in another direction, saying, oh yeah, we could focus, but we just did this thing that is way more fun, way more stimulating, and the brain just wants that stimulation. It wants that novelty. It's so crazy because your brain is so powerful but so weak at the same time. It knows every single little thing that will attract you, and it will tell you and trick you. Yeah, do this. Go on TikTok. Yeah, scroll Instagram. Scroll Reddit. Read all these comments on every single post on Reddit. Go watch all these videos about crazy things that are happening on the other side of the world. And it doesn't even have any relation to what you're doing or what you want to do or accomplish. So, yes, these things are easier said than done, obviously, but it's not going to get any easier unless you start building that habit. Now, for procrastination, a lot of it is related to fear. Fear of what you're going to feel when you go into the topic or the skill or the endeavor that you are trying to accomplish. It's just that fear that you're saying, okay, I don't want to go through that pain. I'm not going to even start because I'm scared. Now, your brain, it doesn't really understand what it is because it's just making up scenarios in a fantasy. It's all a creation of something to convince you to not go and do it and just start. So here's what you got to do. Break it down. Use your brain to help you instead of to hurt you. Take that task, take that skill, and break it down to the most essential pieces. Let's use an example. Let's say you want to learn how to edit videos, or how to, what's something that is really annoying? Okay, let's say that you want to read a book, Let's say I wanted to read this C++ book right here. This book is pretty intimidating, right? It's like all these pages, all these things in here. And if you want to learn C++, you'll look at this book and say, okay, how am I going to read this thing? This is like 1,000 pages. So you're scared. And you say, it's impossible. I'm not going to be able to read this whole thing. So what you do is this. You say, all right, it's a lot. It has a lot of pages, but you break it down and you say, okay, where am I at right now? I don't know even what programming is. So I'll say, okay, what is programming? And then I go to the very first section in here, and then it's going to tell me, it's going to say, introduction, a brief overview of the history of computers. Well, that could be useful. So I say, all right, introduction, it's on page 2. So I find page 2. So I think you guys can see where I'm going here, but this is just you starting and stopping to overthink. So now I have this here, a brief overview in history of computers. So this can give you an introduction of computers and then get into what they are and what programming even is to begin with. And that's where you start, the evolution of programming languages. So as you can see, instead of just saying, okay, this book is too intimidating, it's too big, I'll never finish it, you say, all right, where do I start? What's the essential first step? Where am I at right now? And what do I need to do next? Now, bear in mind, none of this even matters if you're distracted and constantly on these instant gratification methods that are killing your focus and your mentality and making it seem like you'll inevitably fail. So that's the first step. The first step is fixing your habits and getting yourself off of this instant gratification. And that is going to happen once you build consistency and you see, okay, I'm starting my day strong. I know I can do it because I just did it. And you're giving yourself evidence over time and you're saying, yes, I can do it. I've done it before, I can do it now. And yes, you will fall off. It's inevitable that you fail and that you make mistakes. But it can also be inevitable that you don't give up. So that's the mentality that you need. That yes, I will run into obstacles. I will obviously see things and feel things which are painful. So that is where the initial challenge is. And that's when the true success is built. It's going to be when you face these challenges and how you face them. You're going to see all these obstacles coming up. And every single time you try to do something, another obstacle, another distraction. Someone wants to do something over here and call your attention. That's when you need to remember your ambition, your goal, what you want to do, and understand your priority, and then act right away. Don't even think about it, just start. And then once you start and break it down and find that essential step, it'll be so much easier. You're just gonna go to the next, and you'll get into that flow state that we love to have. If you haven't heard of flow state, there's plenty of books that I'll probably throw one up on the screen here so you can get a starting point. But the basis is to get into this flow state, you need to be engaged and interested in what you're doing. And it's like nirvana. It's like your mind is one with the universe, and things are just happening and you're just witnessing it, but you're in it and you're doing it. And it's very beautiful, and it's one of the greatest states you can be in. And people do everything in their power to get into this flow state. And maybe you've experienced it in the past, like playing video games or Minecraft or Legends of Zelda. You can get into this flow state, or maybe Tetris. Tetris would be a good one. But you want to get into this flow state in things that are going to be beneficial. Now, yeah, maybe you could be a pro Tetris player, but I mean, the likelihood of that is low, and if you want to dedicate your whole life to that, I mean, it's up to you. But I would recommend getting to that flow state into a skill that will be beneficial to you and to other people. And hopefully you guys understand that my brain kind of goes to many different paths, and I'm still working on it. And hopefully you can appreciate what I'm trying to do here, which is share my knowledge and my experience with you guys, and hopefully it can help you. And also, I would love to hear your feedback and see what you guys are struggling with so that I can relate, and then we can work on it and get better together and become the greatest versions of ourselves. Now, back to the procrastination. The only thing that's causing you to procrastinate is your own mind tricking you and having fear. And I'm learning and reading this book right now on procrastination. I'll throw it up here because I don't remember the title exactly. Actually, I do. It's called Time is Money. It's a book breaking down what it is to procrastinate and why humans fall into it so easily. So I'm going to continue reading that book, and maybe I'll come back here with a summary for you guys and just some main points. I've already shared a few of them, but I'm not finished with the book yet. But me, myself, I'm trying to break this habit of constantly consuming and trying to produce and create things that will help others. And in turn, we can all learn from each other. So my mindset is all oriented toward growth and toward helping and providing value. So hopefully that comes across and you can appreciate what's going on. So for right now, I think I'll end it there. And if you want to watch another video, I will have it out soon. So thank you guys, and peace.